In life, we're presented with choices. We're presented with options, and we're going to lose some. Sometimes we're going to lose. It's not a matter of what we do that's wrong. It's a matter of just how things play out. Sometimes we lose friends. Sometimes we lose family. Sometimes we lose those we truly care about. And we have to remind ourselves that it's always worth fighting. I've lost certain things. I've lost myself time and time again trying to figure out what it is that I want, how I can provide value, how I can help somebody that may not necessarily know that they need help right now, yet the help that they receive is going to benefit them in the long run, just as it has with myself. When I first started out on this, I didn't know how I was going to need help. I didn't know what was going to need to be done. All I knew was that I didn't like where I was at and I needed to make a change. And from that, I started fighting, I started learning, I started reading, I started listening, I started questioning everything that I ran into. And it's been able to compound upon itself year after year after year. And it's brought me to this place that I never even truly imagined being. And I'm eternally grateful for being where I am right now. It's just if I would have given up, as I see so many other people do, on their dreams. And I was reading a comment from one of you guys just recently, and his comments were valid. They had purpose, they had a reason, and I think that this is the trap that a lot of people fall into. Is it's just like these characters that we see in these shows are one-dimensional. It's like they're always going to come out on top, they're always going to have a positive outcome, they're always going to have things work out in their favor. And the guy in the comments was saying more or less the same thing, but he was like, sometimes certain things in life are going to happen that are against our control. We're more two-dimensional, we can't control everything. If we give something up, then we can't have this thing. And the video that I'm referring to is the one where Nezuko beat the odds, and you can check that out after you finish this video if you like. He did bring up a good point where it's like, yes, there are certain events that will come up in our day-to-day life, and I can agree with that and attest to that. It's just, if we look at it from the positive view and we try and find positivity in anything that we do, it's going to come around to us in ways that we never even imagined. It's just when we look at, say, our goals or our ambition or our drive or anything that we want to accomplish in our life, every time that I have ever been like, oh, I can't do this, so it's not going to happen, it doesn't. And then on the flip side, as soon as I'm like, you know what, I can do this, I can make this amount of phone calls in a day, I can close this many deals, I can release this many videos on a given week, I can find different ways to make sure that I can get content out to you right now to hopefully help you change your life, to hopefully help it so you can talk with more women, talk more with more strangers, close more deals, make more money, just to have a more fulfilling, happy life. And that comes from fighting. It comes from never giving up. It comes from never waving in the face of adversity. If you're able to stand strong in front of anybody, in front of any challenge, and instead of being like, oh, I can't do this, being like, I have no idea how I'm going to do it, I'll figure out a way to make it happen, as I always do. And from me saying that, I've always found out a way to make it happen. It might take time, it might take years. Like, I mean, you can look at this channel right now too. I've started this back during the pandemic, back in 2020. I haven't hit 1,000 subs. Does that bother me? Maybe. It's just, I also just like making this type of content. I just like talking with the people that actually want to listen to me instead of trying to have a massive big audience. I think that this is more impactful because there are people that are coming back to the channel, and I appreciate each and every single one of you, the 16 of you guys that do come back to the channel, that do watch every single one of my videos. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And it's taken me some time to come to that realization that it doesn't have to be a big community, it just has to be the right people. And I started to realize that by just thinking like, you know, the people that I'm talking to that are listening to me speak and rant about just inspiration, motivation, changing your life through the use of anime characters, I thought about that and I was like, you know, if I had 16 people in a room listening to me, that'd be perfect. And that's kind of how I'm taking this channel now, is from that approach. Is I'm just going to fight. I'm going to fight for what matters. I'm going to never give up. I know what it feels like just to sit in the dark, to sit in the despair, just to waste one's life watching and dwindling away without actually having any real purpose. And it's not meaningful. That's why I'm doing these. That's why I'm making this. That's why I'm never going to give up. And that's why I like watching these anime shows, to see how these characters evolve over time, because they all have relatable problems just like you and I do. And it's just a matter of being able to relate one of our character traits with this specific person and then just evolving from there. Subscribe to the channel, you guys, as well. It really does help out. I know I said I don't really need any subs. It's just one of those things where if you are watching my videos and you are coming back either via shorts or via long form videos and you just want to be notified, you're already coming back anyways, so you might as well just leave a sub. See you guys in the next one.